Hi, I'm Dora Hernandez with the Chihuahuan Desert Climate Collaborative. Welcome to Series 2 of our engagement series. The Chihuahuan Desert Climate Collaborative includes key stakeholders from El Paso and Hudspeth counties dedicated to creating a sustainable future. The Chihuahuan Desert Climate Collaborative is collaborating with partners to develop this climate action plan. The CDCC fellows are recruited across the region to facilitate discussions within their communities. They're made up of 27 various fellows who work where they live. The Climate Action Plan can help the region create new green jobs, reduce utility bills and transportation costs, improve air quality, and protect the local ecosystem, among other benefits. Climate change is affecting us all, leading to more frequent extreme heat days, intense droughts, flash floods, and worsening air quality. These changes have cascading impacts on our daily lives. This CAP will be developed through a 7-step process. We expect to complete this action plan by July 2025 and would like your input to inform each of those steps. This board summarizes community engagement, responses collected during Engagement Series 1. A total of 647 community members participated in the previous engagement series through an open house and surveys. This board explains how heat-trapping greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide trap heat in the atmosphere, contributing to global warming and climate change. The graphic illustrates the relationship between the emission of greenhouse gases from human activities, such as industry, transportation, and deforestation, their impacts on rising global temperatures and climate-related effects such as extreme weather, air pollution caused by greenhouse gases such as respiratory illness, heart disease, and impact certain groups of people more, including children and the elderly. There is a need for reduced emissions through cleaner energy sources, improved regulations, and community action to combat the ongoing negative effects of climate change. The majority of heat-trapping greenhouse gases come from transportation, buildings and facilities, and agricultural and land use, with smaller contributions from waste and water-related emissions. The building and facilities sectors generates emissions from residential, commercial, and industrial activities, with most emissions coming from commercial and industrial subsectors, and the rest from residential. Different energy sources like electricity, natural gas, gasoline, and diesel contribute varying levels of GHG emissions depending on usage and emission intensity. Gasoline accounts for the highest share of emissions, followed by electricity, natural gas, diesel, and other fuels. In a comparison of total GHG emissions, El Paso and Hudspeth County had slightly higher emissions than Ciudad Juarez. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency recommends these targets to reduce GHG emissions. GHG emissions reduced by 50% below the 2005 levels by 2030. Net zero GHG emissions by 2050. Net zero GHG emissions is achieved when the amount of GHG emitted into the atmosphere is equal to the amount removed. This board talks about the impacts of climate change. The combination of more extreme heat and heavier rainfall will significantly impact communities, infrastructure, and safety. Increased extreme heat, we could experience almost 3 more months of extremely hot days that are over 100 degrees Fahrenheit each year. Increased flood risk, more frequent heavy rain events are expected, raising the risk of flooding. Starting with Board 10 reflects the same survey questions that are available online. Beginning with this board, please reflect on your personal experience answering the questions. On this next board, you can learn how extreme heat, flash flooding, and high winds will impact our community and businesses. The next question in the survey is asking you to tell us how extreme heat, flooding, and high winds impact you. How do you cope with these impacts? Tell us how drought, wildfire, and other climate stressors impact you, and how do you cope with its impacts? Thank you for taking the time to attend this meeting. We plan to host 4 more engagement series to develop the CAP. Please sign up for our listserv and follow us on social media for the latest updates. Thank you so much for listening, and please take our survey on epclimate.org.